What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another banger. So, as you guys know, it is the weekend, and with it being the weekend, that comes with another NBA weekly recap. Now, this will be episode 19 if you didn't know, so check out the NBA weekly recaps. But y'all already know what I like to do when it comes to the NBA weekly recaps. I do like to just recap some of the things that's been going on in the NBA that may not have got a lot of exposure or I may not have made a video on. So without further ado, let's get into the first topic. Alright, so for the first topic, I do just want to recap this week of NBA basketball, and we gonna do that by just going through the standings. As you guys can see, for the Eastern Conference, it looks like the Indiana Pacers are number one. They are the number one seed. They are 2-0. Boston Celtics as well. Orlando Magic as well. Milwaukee Bucks as well. Well, they only got one win. They've only played one game. They played today. Looks like the Detroit Pistons won 2, lost 1, and it looks like the Philadelphia 76ers are 1-1. Right below them, we see the Charlotte Hornets 1-1, Washington Wizards 1-1, Chicago Bulls. They've started off kind of rocky. They're 1-2. Toronto Raptors 1-2, and Miami Heat 1-2. New York Knicks 1-2. Cleveland Cavaliers 1-2. Brooklyn Nets 0-2. And the Atlanta Hawks 0-2. So y'all see what it is. But as we all know, it's a little too early to be judging these teams, man. Most teams only done played 3 games or less. So it's pretty interesting to see where all these teams are right now. But let's move on to the Western Conference. So for the Western Conference, as we can see, the Denver Nuggets, they are handling business. As we know, they were last year's champs. Dallas Mavericks 2-0 as well. New Orleans Pelicans, I say they're a dark horse in this season, especially with Zion, and they're 2-0 looking good. OKC, another dark horse, 2-0 looking good. Phoenix Suns 2-1, they lost to the Lakers. The Golden State Warriors 1-1. Sacramento Kings 1-1. Los Angeles Lakers, as we know, they lost to Denver 1-1. San Antonio Spurs, they got their dub last night, so that's good for them. And the LA Clippers, they just lost a heartbreaker yesterday. So as we can see, everything is panning out pretty well. Minnesota Timberwolves, I say they are a dark horse this year, 1-1. Utah Jazz 1-2. Portland Trail Blazers 0-2 to be expected. Houston Rockets 0-2 to be expected, kinda. And Memphis Grizzlies 0-3. They definitely having a rocky start. But that is the standings, and let's move on to some actual news that's been going on in the league. So for the first piece of news, I do just want to talk about the Chicago Bulls and Demar Derozan. So let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. So as you guys can see, I have switched over to Bleacher Report, and let's scroll down and see exactly what's going on. Let's see what's going on. All right, y'all see the title. Bulls must trade DeMar DeRozan to avoid contract drama amid NBA rumors. So let's read into this. And just so you guys know, when it comes to these stories, I don't read into them. I like to be surprised just like you guys when it comes to this news. So let's read into it. DeMar DeRozan and the Chicago Bulls are currently in the midst of a contract negotiation, but according to the Athletic Sham Charania, both sides are apart right now on multiple fronts. So what I could get from that is it seems like the contract negotiations aren't going well. DeMar DeRozan, he may want a longer contract or more money. And the Chicago Bulls, they may want a shorter contract and less money. I'm pretty sure that's what it stems down to. But let's continue, see if we got any more information. DeRozan is in the final year of a 3-year, $81.9 million deal, and while some denounced the deal as a gross overpay for the former San Antonio Spur, the small forward has earned every dollar as the Bulls' best and most consistent player over that span. It stands to reason that he would be seeking a new deal and expect his play on the court to be rewarded financially. With DeRozan already 34 years of age, with no playoff success to speak of in the Windy City, the team may not be quite inclined to give him the money that he believes he deserves as the centerpiece of the team. So it's pretty much like I thought. More than likely, as I was explaining before, Demar, he wants a longer contract, so not no 1 or 2 year deal, especially with him being 34. More than likely, he wants a 4-year deal or something. And of course, he wants more money because he has been a pretty good player for the Chicago Bulls, as this article also explained. And if you're the Chicago Bulls, I understand their point of view as well. Being that DeMar DeRozan is 34 years old, and yes, he has looked good, but you really don't be wanting to. You really wouldn't want to, just lock in an older player in a long, expensive contract. Because as we know, when it comes to players getting older in age, that's when the injuries and things of that nature come up. That's when players tend to randomly fall off a cliff or start getting way more inefficient because they're not athletic as they used to be. So with that being said, that's an interesting topic right there. And I do just want to move on to our next topic. And that next topic is in regards to the Memphis Grizzlies. So as we already know, just based on the standings, it looks like the Memphis Grizzlies, they have been struggling. As we also know, they don't have Ja Morant. They also don't have Steven Adams, which is their center. And with them not having their center, y'all see the news. Y'all see what happened. And the title says Memphis Grizzlies reportedly will sign 12-year NBA veteran. According to Shams Charania of The Athletic and Stadium, the Memphis Grizzlies will likely sign Bismack Biyombo, who played for the Phoenix Suns last season. So, y'all got it right there. And we'll read into this a little bit, but I don't want to hold you guys up too much. I'll give my thoughts on what I think about the move as well. So, let's read into it. Bismack Biyombo is coming off of a year where he played in 61 regular season games, 14 starts for the Phoenix Suns. He averaged 4.3 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks per contest while shooting 57.8% from the field. The 31-year-old also appeared in 8 NBA playoff games as the Suns lost to the Denver Nuggets in the second round. On Saturday night, Shams Charania of The Athletic and Stadium reported that Biyombo will likely sign a deal with the Memphis Grizzlies. So we got everything we need right there. And what do I think about this move? I think it's a solid move for the Memphis Grizzlies. As I explained before, they don't have Steven Adams. I believe he is out for the entire season. So with him being out for the entire season, you definitely want to get some type of backup for him. And Bismack, although he is slightly undersized as a center, he still provides that veteran leadership. He still, is kind of athletic, and he's still a big body that can give you some solid minutes, as we've seen in this article where he played 61 regular season games, which shows that he also is pretty healthy for the most part. So I think it's a solid move for them. Now, with that being said, let's move on to our next topic. And that next topic is for the New York Knicks. Now, the New York Knicks, it looks like one of their players was hit with the first fine for flopping. So, let's read into it, man. The Knicks, Dante DiVincenzo fined $2,000 by NBA for flopping versus the Celtics. So, let's read into it, and I believe they have a video of the flop, so we'll watch that video and we'll go from there. Dante DiVincenzo is one of the first players to feel the effects of the NBA's new rules regarding flopping. The New York Knicks guard was fined $2,000 for flopping during the team's season opener against the Boston Celtics on Thursday, according to an announcement by the league's Office of Officiating. The play in question occurred during the second quarter while DiVincenzo was guarding Boston's Jaylen Brown and got bumped by the latter, stumbling away towards the sideline and not getting the foul call. The fine comes as a result of the new in-game flopping penalty that was approved by the Board of Governors ahead of this season. The main piece of the rule is that any player called for a foul will be assessed with a non-sportsmanlike technical foul, and the opposing team will get to shoot a free throw attempt. So, y'all got it all right there, and let's take a look at this video, man. Let's take a look at this video. I'm gonna pause it, and this doesn't even look like the video. I don't believe that's the video. Let's see if they got it on here. Hopefully they do. Alright, so it looks like they don't got it on here, unfortunately. But it's interesting, man. It's interesting how this, anti-flopping rule is shaking up the NBA. And I like it. Me personally, I like it. And the crazy thing about it is that Dante DiVincenzo wasn't the only one who got hit with this fine. Another player actually got hit with this fine as well. And let's go to New York again, because it looks like Jalen Brunson has also been hit with that foul. So let's read into it, man. Let's read into it, and let me pause whatever this is. All right, so let's read into it though. All right, so it says, on Friday evening, the New York Knicks played the Atlanta Hawks at State Farm Arena in Georgia. The game was close, but the Knicks were able to win on the road by a score of 126-120. Star point guard Jalen Brunson finished his night with 31 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists in 33 minutes of playing time. On Saturday, the NBA announced that they had fined Brunson for flopping in the game. So it looks like Brunson also got hit with a flopping fine as well, and the NBA, they not playing. They on it. What player do I expect to get a flopping fine next? I'm going to keep it a band. And it hurts my soul to say this, but I got to go with Austin Reeves. I remember it was I believe it was the actual first game the Lakers played. That man over-exaggerated contact so crazy on one of the plays. I said, hell yeah, they go find him. But I don't believe they did. So I could see Austin Reeves getting hit with a flopping foul. Well, a flopping fine soon. I'm going to just keep it a band. But with that being said, let's move on to our next topic. And that next topic is on Kevin Durant. No, it looks like Kevin Durant has officially passed Hakeem Olajuwon for 12th on the scoring list. So, with that being said, shout out to Kevin Durant. And let's read into it, man. Kevin Durant scored a game-high 39 points in a 195 loss to the Lakers on Thursday night. In the process, the future Hall of Famer passed Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon for 12th on the all-time scoring list. So, shout out to him, man. Shout out to him, man. And they got a little picture of the list right here. Let me zoom in a little bit so y'all can see this a little better. All right, yeah, that's a little better, man. All right, so let's take a look at this list. So, Kevin Durant is 12th right here, as we can see, and Elvin Hayes is right above him at 27,313 points. So, I could see him passing him possibly by the end of the year, to be honest. Possibly by the end of the maybe. Nah, probably by next year. I say early next year. And the reason I say that is because we don't know when it comes to Kevin Durant. If he ends up getting injured, he might not be able to pass him up. But if he stays healthy, he should definitely be passing him up. But with that being said, let's move on to our final topic for today. And that final topic stays with the Phoenix Suns, man. It definitely stays with the Phoenix Suns, and let's get it. So, y'all see the title. NBA penalizes Suns for early free agency discussions. So, let's read into it. So, it says Phoenix has a loss of a 2024 second round draft pick due to early free agency discussions involving Drew Eubanks. So, let's read into it, man. So it says, the NBA announced today that the Phoenix Suns violated league rules governing the timing of this season's free agency discussions, and that the league has rescinded the 2024 second round draft pick, Denver's own, that Phoenix acquired from Orlando in a prior trade. This outcome reflected a finding that Phoenix engaged in free agency discussions involving Drew Eubanks prior to the date when such discussions were permitted. The team fully cooperated with the investigation. So, yeah, unfortunately, they did lose a second round pick, but this doesn't necessarily affect the Phoenix Suns too much. Just from looking at their team, they've been playing great even without having Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. They've been in any game that they have lost, they've been in that game, and it's been close. And the games they've won, they've looked dominant. So I wouldn't really worry too much if I am a Phoenix Suns fan. And we still haven't seen the Phoenix Suns final form. I'ma just keep it real. The Phoenix Suns, they're like Frieza. You know, we still haven't seen their final form. But hey, if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And I'm out. Peace.